Hello everyone, I'm Rahul Gautam, a security and compliance specialist SA based in London. Our customers have used AWS IAM Access Analyzer to identify resources shared with external entities, validate IAM policies against AWS recommended best practices, and generate IAM policies for users and roles based on their access activity. Now, our latest feature in IAM Access Analyzer simplifies inspecting unused access to guide you towards least privilege. Security teams can use IAM Access Analyzer to gain visibility into unused access across their AWS organization and automate how they right-size permissions. In order to ensure your organization is adhering to the principle of least privilege, you must continuously iterate over existing permissions assigned to IAM principles to evaluate them and refine them as needed based on corporate security standards to avoid permission creep. This balances usability, efficiency, and security. Operating under this principle helps limit unintended access and helps track who has access to what resources. This is why we say least privilege is truly a journey. For example, as customers accelerate their AWS journey, a developer group may need access to Amazon EC2. But as they modernize the application, they shift to leveraging Amazon ECS instead and stop using EC2 altogether. After a defined period of time, when you evaluate that EC2 permissions are no longer needed, you could refine the permissions of the dev team to remove EC2 permissions and again follow the principle of least privilege. However, addressing the verification and refinement of permissions is a challenging process. IAM Access Analyzer, detecting and subsequently remediating unused access, can help with that challenge. IAM Access Analyzer continuously monitors and organizes unused access findings into a summary dashboard. Security teams can use IAM Access Analyzer to streamline the review and refinement of unused access across their AWS organization using centralized findings and set up notification workflows to help development teams and account teams more easily refine permissions. Now, let's take a look at how this works in practice by walking through an example AWS account to identify unused access findings.
To enable unused access findings for your organization, you need to create an analyzer by using the IAM Access Analyzer console or APIs in your management account or a delegated administrator account. A delegated administrator is a member account of the organization that you can delegate with administrator access for IAM Access Analyzer. I am currently logged into my delegated administrator account. Using the search option at the top, let's look for IAM. On the IAM console in the left navigation pane, select Unused Access. Our first step is to create an analyzer. Let's choose Create Analyzer. Here, we can see a couple of options. The first one is External Access Analysis, which is a feature that allows you to identify if a resource policy in your account shares a resource outside your zone of trust. The other option is Unused Access Analysis. We will be choosing Unused Access Analysis for this demo. Please note that Unused Access Analysis is a paid feature. In the Analyzer Details section, please provide a name of your choice to the analyzer. I am going to leave the default value. Select a tracking period. The tracking period is a threshold beyond which IAM Access Analyzer considers access to be unused. For example, if you select a tracking period of 90 days, IAM Access Analyzer highlights the roles that haven't been used in the last 90 days. The tracking period is flexible and can be configured as anything between 1 day and 180 days. Customers have experimented with this time period to come up with the most optimum value based on the security and business requirements. Generally, a period of 90 days is being used by a number of customers to identify unused access and generate findings accordingly as part of their least privilege journey. Unused access analysis can either be performed at an individual account level or at an organization level. You can consider enabling it for one account first to explore the features and then extend the monitoring to your AWS organization. For this demo, I am going to enable this for my entire organization. Unused access analysis now lets customers exclude accounts and IAM principles from the scope of monitoring. By scoping the analyzer to monitor a subset of accounts and roles, customers can streamline findings review and optimize costs of using unused access analysis. Accounts can be excluded by entering the account IDs in a comma-separated format or by choosing accounts from the organization tree displayed on the console. IAM users and roles can be excluded by entering the tags in them. Next, let's click Create Analyzer. Once created, the analyzer starts monitoring roles and users, looking for permissions that are granted but not actually used. The findings can take some time to populate, and therefore I had already created an analyzer in the Northern Virginia region for this demo. Let's review the summary dashboard first. The summary dashboard provides the breakdown of all unused access findings by finding type in a visual format. At the moment, my organization has a total of 242 findings, with 195 unused roles, 8 unused credentials, and 39 unused permissions. The dashboard also gives security teams the ability to quickly gain a bird's eye view of the findings per account in their AWS organization and prioritize the next steps accordingly. We will now review one finding each of unused credentials and unused permissions types. In the left navigation pane, select Unused Access. In the search drop-down list, select the property finding type, the equals operator, and the value as unused access keys to list all the findings of unused access key type. Now let's select one finding from the list to review. The finding details displays the number of access keys linked to this IAM user and the last time they were used. For example, this IAM user has a couple of access keys, one of which was used 576 days ago and the other was used 606 days ago. The recommendations section is a new addition to findings generated by unused access analysis. For unused roles, access keys and passwords, IAM Access Analyzer provides quick links in the console to help you delete them. If we want this user to continue having these access keys, we can archive this finding to resolve the finding. Next, let's look at one finding of type unused permissions. In the search drop-down, select the property as finding type, the equals operator, and the value as unused permissions. This will list all the findings of type unused permissions. Let's select one finding from the list to review. The finding detail shows the services and list of permissions within those services that were not used by the role in the tracking period. For example, none of the actions linked to EC2 autoscaling were used by this role. 106 actions linked to S3 were not used by this role. For unused permissions, IAM Access Analyzer reviews existing policies and recommends a refined version tailored to your access activity. For example, in this case, Access Analyzer found that 106 actions linked to S3 were not used by this role and recommended a policy which excludes those actions. You can review the policy by clicking on the Preview Policy button. Customers can review the recommendations and quickly apply changes to their policies based on their security requirements, thus accelerating their journey to least privilege. Unused access findings are sent as events to Amazon EventBridge. To receive findings and notifications about findings, you must create an event role in Amazon EventBridge. You can also send unused access findings to Security Hub, where these findings can be used by Security Hub in its analysis of your security posture. This completes the demo. And that's it. Today, we introduced IAM Access Analyzer Unused Access, and I showed you an example where we leveraged Access Analyzer Unused Access to review findings of unused permissions for an IAM role and identified unused access keys. Unused access is available today in all commercial regions excluding those based in China. For detailed information, see and review information provided on the IAM Access Analyzer page.